All right, what we're doing is generating equivalent expressions. So equivalent means equal expressions. And so that's what we're going to do today, tomorrow. For example, an expression we know needs to have a variable involved. So if I have 2n, an equivalent, an equal expression would also be something that is equal to 2n. Now there's different ways to write 2n. So if I had 2n, would that be equal to n plus n? So think about that, 2n. And if I simplify over here, what's n plus another n? Well, you have 1n plus another 1n, you have two n's. They're equal expressions, and that's what we're going to look at today. And looking at it in different ways, today and tomorrow, that is. So just watch this, solve it, take some notes. I'm not going to take it as depth as what maybe they're looking at. Well, I guess we will. Let's do this, okay? What he's doing is Yuan says all three expressions are equivalent. So what he's saying is 8n plus 6 is the same thing as this 2 parentheses 4n plus 3, and is also the same thing as 14n. So do all these things equal the same? And the way we can do this is test it. You can plug in a number and try it. Now, if it works for one number, doesn't mean it works for all. So what I'd like you to do is kind of split your page into 3 sections. You can write 8n plus 6, and then in the middle we'll do 2 times 4n plus 3, and the last one we're going to do 14n. And what I want you to do is, instead of writing n, let n equal 1. So we're going to turn this into n times 1 plus 6. Here it's going to be 2, 4 times, again we're putting in a 1 for the n, plus 3. And here we're going to have 14 times 1. So we'll figure out what all these equal. We have order of operations, so remember your GEMDAS tower. Okay, so we have multiplication and addition. Multiplication comes first, so we do 8 times 1 is 8. Then we're just going to bring down the plus 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14. So here, order of operations, we have grouping symbols. Got to do the grouping symbols first. Inside the grouping symbols, we have multiply and plus. So we'll do the multiply first. So we're going to get 2. 4 times 1 is 4. I'm going to now continue to do the parentheses. I got 4 plus 3. So I have 2 times 4 plus 3 is 7. A number right next to parentheses is multiply. So that's why I brought my multiply down. And then 2 times 7 is 14. So now we've got 14 times 1, and that equals 14. So are all these expressions equivalent? Right now, they all end up equaling 14 when we put n for 1. But now let's use the same expressions. Sorry, move my face. The same ones. You still got your page divided into thirds. Same expressions, but now we're going to plug in n equals 2. Do we think they're still going to equal the same? And in order for us to do that, we have to test. So 8 times 2 plus 6. 4 times 2 plus 3. And the last one is 14 times 2. So we already did the order of operations, so we should be familiar. We do multiply before plus. So it's 16 plus 6. And then 16 plus 6 is 22. Here, we're going to do grouping symbols first, and we're going to do the multiply before we do the addition. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we're going to get our plus 3. 8 plus 3, our grouping symbols, will be 11. Remember, a number next to a parenthesis is multiply. So we have 2 times 11 is 22. So last, we have 14 times 2. That equals 28. So 22, these two expressions equal each other, but this 28 does not equal 22. So what that's saying is, maybe these two expressions are equal to each other, but not equal to the expression 14n. And we could test this again with any other numbers, but we're going to look at why are these two equal to each other as we continue this lesson.